So... what I'm doing is impossible. That's funny. Peanut butter apples are so good. So anyways, like I said before, I'm not going to do all the side quests for this challenge on stream. I've finished this file before, so I don't really want to go through all the grinding to get everything again. But there are some key things that I'd like to show off, and a couple little challenges that I'd like to do, just to sort of round out the playlist and kind of finish the viewing experience. Usually, I definitely recommend this game, Desiriel. I guess I don't know that you were there for much of the stream, but we just finished an Excalibur II perfect game on, or the speedrun portion of an Excalibur II perfect game on Saturday. So, here's Excalibur II. Basically, you get to this point in the game in less than 12 hours, and you get this item, which is Steiner's ultimate sword. It's not a super awesome... I mean, it's a good weapon, don't get me wrong. It's certainly not the best weapon in the game. It's there, but it's not like the best thing ever. But along the way, we got every other possible missable item, every missable side quest. We have missed nothing in the game to this point. So now I'm going to do some important post-game stuff, starting with the Nero family side quest. So I don't know how much I was able to really explain it in the earlier segments because there were so many resets. But basically what the Nero family side quest is it was a recently discovered side quest, as in just a few years ago, that nobody outside of Japan even knew existed. But, so this old version of the perfect game that I had, I just actually got a little bit of like a jump of adrenaline for getting a battle because I'm so used to resetting. But we're just gonna run from battles now. And I'll explain why I'm running instead of fighting in a moment, because I still have to be low level. Okay, I should probably heal. Oh, that's right, he has auto life still. So it's a waste of a Phoenix down, hold on. Okay, cool. Yeah, I should definitely heal everybody. But, so this new side quest basically means every few steps you take through Memoria, you need to go back to Lindblom and meet another one of the Nero family members at the Tantalus hideout. And there's a total of 9 Nero, I think maybe 9 or 10, something like that, Nero family members that you need to get in order to finish the side quest. So earlier, I got 5 of them, so now I have to do 4 more trips to Lindblom in order to finish this thing. But yep, we definitely have our shiny sword, Serja. And I think I'll probably try to fight Hades tonight too. I know he's doable at my current levels. This is a long screen. I'm still gonna really hope for good battle RNG just because I don't want to take too much time fighting battles. But we will see the shiny Excalibur II here in a moment. I still hope for good ATB, just like before. Yep, there it is. That's Excalibur II in Steiner's hands right there. It's kind of anticlimactic after all that challenge, but it's still very satisfying to get to this point. But now, of course, we're gonna do... Oh, still just one battle. That's awesome. This screen is possible to be battleless, but difficult. The new King of England. Because he got the Excalibur from the broken down pillar. See, now that we're fighting all these battles and running from them, aren't you guys glad that we skipped them? And actually, my goal time for the whole challenge was to be under 1150. I thought 11:45 was probably possible, but I'm not disappointed at all with where I ended up at 11:49.19. So I'm very happy to have that time, and it's being at 49.19. I'm basically 40 seconds away from 11:50, which means that if I had taken one more battle anywhere over the course of the challenge, I probably would have been over 11:50. Oh yeah, no, Sergio, you're not gonna get Excalibur 2 with that. You need to probably finish Disc 2 by 2.5 hours. Or Disc 1, sorry, not Disc 2. To be on a decent pace, perfect game or not. Oh yeah, if you're grinding at all or doing card game, it's not happening. You pretty much, if you want to get Excalibur 2, you have to be purposing to do some sort of speed run through the game. It doesn't have to be a single segment thing. It doesn't have to be, obviously, a perfect game. There are lots of different types of playthroughs that you can get Excalibur 2, but... anyways, get used to this walk. We're going to be doing a lot of it. I should probably buy some potions or something and while I'm at it. But yeah, Desirial, I definitely recommend you go to my YouTube channel and check out my playlists of all the videos that went in, and all the segments that went into getting this far. There's a lot of content there, so but it's really fun. Like, I think you'll probably enjoy some of the tricks we do, because one thing I'll point out next time I go to the menu is that my party is at a very, very low level. 2 of them are at level 1. So the reason I'm not willing to fight any of these battles and get the experience now is we still have to level up our stats. And to level up, we need to make sure we have the right equipment on that will give us the right stat boosts. So if I fight battles now, I still would gain experience in an unoptimal way, which is obviously not something we really want to do. Yeah, no, this is a pretty in-depth... that's actually kind of how I ended up stumbling across the Excalibur 2 Perfect Game Challenges. I hadn't played this game in a while, and I wanted to show my wife some Final Fantasy games, so I was playing this one with her, and I was on GameFAQs just using a guide on GameFAQs to try to make sure I kind of found everything that I was interested in and that she might be interested in. And one of the guides on GameFAQs was the Excalibur 2 Perfect Game. And I was like, that's interesting, what is that? I knew what the Excalibur 2 was, but Perfect Game was a whole nother kind of thing. So I went and checked it out, and it was basically getting every item in the game, every side quest on the way to getting the Excalibur 2 while staying at level 1. So see, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, 25, 22, and today's 22. So I mean, we got a lot of low levels going on here. I'm actually going to bring in my highest level party so I can maybe flee a little more easily. And I thought I found, so anyway, that guide also had some videos. And I started watching some of the playlists that other people had made for this challenge and thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Like, I was just blown away that this would be possible. So 2 summers ago I did it and went through the challenge the first time and had a ton of fun with it. So when I started streaming a little over a year and a half ago, I thought, I really should do the Excalibur 2 Perfect Game on stream. Like, that was a lot of fun to do, and I think it'd probably be pretty fun for people, and it ended up going better than I ever could have expected. Like, I got through it quicker, like both real time and in game time, than I really expected to, and had a lot of fun. It was really fun interacting with all you guys and getting to share this, and having the chat around definitely made it a lot easier to get through as well. What's up, Mint? No, it was not easy. There were more resets. Like, basically, it was the kind of thing where you would save, and then you would have to get to the next place almost optimally. So very rarely could I accept encounters, so I would basically get a battle and reset, is the way it would work. Bosses, I would have to hope for them to go almost perfectly. So if the boss did a move that killed my whole group, it was over. And I would have to go and I would have to go reset, fight the boss again. And not only then equipping, like I would have to practice equipping or shopping quite a few times before ever attempting to actually do it in a real segment. Movement had to be just right. In the auction house, I had to make sure I got the right prices. I mean, we're talking lots of stuff. So there were lots of resets, and it can get pretty frustrating. And you have to do some of the mini games pretty perfectly. I mean, you have to get the 100 nobles right at the start, so you have to get that 10,000 gil in the Moonstone. Awesome, Deziriel. Yeah, I got the sword on Saturday, Mint. So anyway, what I'll be doing in the future here is actually should have bought some. I'll buy something later, next trip. So that was our next trip. So now what I need to do is do 3 more visits to Lindblom to get the rest of the Nero family side quest. What I normally do on my stream now, moving forward, since we're done with Final Fantasy IX, is I'll be doing a few more Final Fantasy IX streams just to finish up the perfect game playlist. Make sure that everything I've wanted to cover has been covered, even though I'm not going to fully grind it all out. I'm going to continue, and I'm started to pick up my Donkey Kong Country speedruns again, and I've started, if you were watching me earlier today, I'm going to just save for good measure to not lose the time. Make sure I certainly don't save over my E2PG file. I'm starting Final Fantasy IV Paladin % races as well. I don't know if I'll do Ozma, because I'm not going to really take any time to level up or grind at all. So if I can figure out a way that I could get some abilities or equipment that would help me beat him, I might consider it. But I'm not interested in leveling up my characters at all. So that's, yeah, not something I'll do if I can't beat him at my current levels. Just don't kill Spain. No, VB, no! Bonus time indeed. Look at all these battles we're taking. This is kind of weird, isn't it? But see, this is more what a normal Final Fantasy perfect game would be like now, is the time crunch that you had to get Excalibur II is pretty much the whole reason for the challenge. If it wasn't for that, there wouldn't be anything hard. So now, like in a normal Final Fantasy, we just run around, grab stuff, run from battles when we don't have optimal stat equipment on. And it's nothing special. Darkness. Sadly, 9 does not have a no encounters skill. But yep, Meerkat, I did indeed. It is. I should have left. Actually, I'll put Steiner back in my group the next time I'm out of here, just to show it off. So we had to make this trip 2 and back 3 more times, or 2 more times. be great if I could get through some of these screens. I mean, you can see how hard these screens are to get through without battles, Desirial, so imagine how many resets it took me on some of them to get through battleless. Like this particular screen I'm on right here is a nightmare to get through without battles. It's super frustrating. Yeah, I think so too, Aeons. It's very weird that there's not a no encounters. Yeah, no encounter is critical. I've actually never watched a, oh, what am I doing? I lost the Dane raise. Oh, VP still has auto potion, which means he's using an elixir. I should turn that off. Oh yeah, I could turn the volume down. Oh, you can. You should beat 8. 8's pretty fun. I don't think I've had a screen without a battle, like a longer screen without a battle yet. But I know they're possible because I did it so many billion times. Nice, Aeons. It is cold. I like it. Yeah, because I've been hot down here the last few days. If you're that kind of completionist, Aziriel, so that you would do 10-2, you absolutely need to watch my playthrough of this, or other people. There's other excellent playthroughs of this out there as well, worth watching on YouTube. That this is probably, in my mind, the greatest completionist challenge in all of games. It's got everything you could want in a game challenge. And it's Final Fantasy IX, so it's wonderful. In a real perfect game, yes, you would beat Ozma. So if I were to try to finish this file and make it perfect, then yes, I would go do that. But whether or not I decide to in this depends on if it's possible at my current levels. Because I'm not planning to level up any of my characters for this post-game content. I'm going to do some of the side quests just to sort of show everything off and show how you would go about finishing a perfect file. But as far as Ozma goes, I'm only going to do that if I don't have to get any more experience. If I can do it with just equipment, or just with hold on, I'm thinking abilities, then I'll try. But I'll make another, probably not tonight, but at some point I will make a video or a stream that will make very clear everything else that I would need to do. This one right now I'm just mostly focusing on finishing off the Nero family. Which means I'm gonna have to beat Deathguise tonight at these low levels. Yeah, see the thing about that particular guide, Serja, let's be careful with the language darkness. In particular, what was I trying to say? That guide you pointed out, Serja, has you learning Dragon's Crest and Thievery, which take forever to learn, and I'm not going to spend the time to do that. So I'm going to have to find another way to do it that doesn't require those skills. But yes, I am glad you're here. I don't mean to make that the first thing that you hear me say. I'm glad you got the video working. But in particular, that's not a put down. We shouldn't use that word as a put down. But I think what I'll try to do is certainly use that guide and leverage it some. Alright, so here's the next place I have to go in the Nero family side quest. So getting to the Excalibur II room and beating Lich unlocks the first, or the next Nero family member. So I did that, got Excalibur II, and I had to go all the way back to Lindblom. Getting out to this place unlocks the next Nero family member, so I can't get into the Crystal World or I lose my opportunity to finish the side quest. So, for good measure, we'll save. Make sure that I do not save over that other file. Look at that counter over 12. Man, time goes fast when you take battles. Yeah, so the Nero family side quest is basically, as you progress through Memoria, more members of the Nero family show up at the Tantalus hideout in Lindblom. And if you progress a little bit, go back to the hideout, progress a little bit, go back to the hideout over and over again, you can go unlock all of them, and then you get a prize, which is a pretty useless prize, but since it's a perfect game and it has a treasure chest, we have to do it. A fuzzy chocobo's breakfast. That is better. Because we get to think about fuzzy chocobos, and that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm not trying to be mean. Oh, look at the insta-flee. I don't get too many of those. Although I suppose we're taking enough battles now for... That's unfortunate. We're taking enough battles now that I'm bound to get some of those. It's a much more relaxed vibe to not being in the challenge anymore. Not tonight, no. I think I'll need at least 2 more streams. If not, yeah. Once again, it all depends on RNG. Behemoth's been in almost every Final Fantasy. I don't know when he was introduced, but all of them since 4, I believe. That's not good. How come they don't have paradigm switching in FF9 then? Go, Pack, go. Actually, I am gonna fight Hades probably tonight, Mint. Good, we don't want any Cowboys fans here anyway, APOC. Sarah John. I'm doing good, man, doing good. Doing well. We got Excalibur II, so we get just some nice, easy walks through Memoria. It is. It's a sports team. It's an American football team. The greatest American football team. Oh, Mint's a Cowboys fan too? Come on, guys. What is this? Three battles on that screen. Are you kidding me? Go Lions, wait, that's funny. I don't think I have. Actually, I think you might be the first person from South Africa we've had in here, Zerial. So welcome to your continent. Nice, finally an encounterless difficult screen. And then we get an encounter on an easy screen. That's funny, man. Well done. Darkness is a Packers fan too. I think he just said go Cowboys because I said no Cowboys fans allowed. Yeah. You're the only South African. My sister was in South Africa a few months ago, like I think in November. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. Bad. That's too bad. Well, thank you for making it to the stream anyway. I don't remember what city she was in. What cities was she in? Do you remember? I can't remember, unfortunately. She went to a few different places. She went to... start with a D. Just tourist areas, yeah. The Shining View. Durban, and I think she went to either Johannesburg or Cape Town as well. She went to a couple. I think it was Johannesburg and Durban. Oh, you're from Durban. That's awesome. Yep, she was there. Was the I don't know if the Sharks were in Durban. I think that was the first place she went. Why did this guy get so many turns? Battles and see, I was doing one of my Final Fantasy IV practice runs earlier tonight, and battles in that game are almost like not a problem. Like you basically get in the battle, you hold L and R, and you flee almost immediately. This game, it's completely different. Excalibur II Perfect Game wouldn't be anywhere near as difficult if the battles weren't so hard to dodge. Or to have escaped from, rather. Nice, very good. Always nice to get through. And then again, 2 long screens, and then an encounter on the easy screen. Please. Please, game. Yeah, it's like 30 to 40 seconds per encounter. I highly, highly recommend FF4. I didn't play it till later in life either, and it's an excellent game in every way. Regardless of whether you play the original Super Nintendo version or if the DS version / iPhone version are very good as well. Probably the best version though is if you have a PSP to get the Final Fantasy IV Complete Collection. That would be the version I think is best for casual play. Getting the right seed, APOC, yeah. Seed 92 is what they go for. I don't know how to do that yet, but I've learned the misclip and some other duping strats to basically get infinite gil at the start of the game. FF4, I think, is probably one of the perfect introductions to this series as well. FF7 and name my character Mint. I'll name Kate Sith Mint. I'll have to stream FF7 someday. I love that game too much to not stream it. Do some kind of let's play of it. Kate Mint. There you go. If I did a let's play, I would have to take chat votes. Yeah, APOC, what I'm gonna get back to working on is my Donkey Kong Country speedruns. So I'll be doing a lot of that in the next few weeks as we get ready for SGDQ. And then in the same time, I'm also doing Final Fantasy IV Paladin % races for the tournament that's going on right now in the next couple weeks. So my first Final Fantasy IV race will be on Wednesday at 8 Mountain Time, so 10 Eastern. And then after that, I'll be focusing mostly on Donkey Kong Country 2 102%, but I'm eventually going to do a Symphony of the Night blind Let's Play, probably sometime this fall. And I'll do, in September, I'm planning to do a Mega Man week, where I'll speedrun each of the NES Mega Man games, one each week. But see, the risk, APOC, as we get into the fall with watching me stream, is that we're going to get a lot more Packers hype. So, watch at your own risk. No, I'm not running anything at SGDQ. I wish I was. I submitted Donkey Kong Country 2 102%. But even though I submitted it, my time was still a little bit slow. Like, I'm a significant enough time behind like the elite tier that it would have been a stretch for me to get in. But unfortunately, Donkey Kong Country 2 didn't make it at all. So I was already planning to go because most of us who submitted 102 were expecting it to make it because it's never been in, and we thought it was a really good run. So I was planning to go to at least commentate on the couch for it. Maybe like to call a race or something, but unfortunately it just didn't get in. So, but we were already planning to go, so it's like, okay, well, I guess we'll just go anyway. So here's the next Nero family member. We have one more to get after this. And I'm gonna go buy some items real quick. Well, I don't know. I'm doing okay, I guess. Whatever, I'm here. Might as well. There's no time limit. I love your enthusiasm. Why am I not getting on the boat? Or the train thing? Cool, man. Well, if you decide to go to any of that, like, follow me on Twitter, or something, and let me know, like, when you'll be there, and we could try to meet. I mean, you'll see me. I'm sure you'll recognize me. Are those dogs barking outside? Just like the other night. Whatever, let's max it out. Don't need anything else. The schedule's pretty good. There's a lot of really good stuff on it. GamesDoneQuick.com has the full schedule. I'm pretty excited. And Friday morning is when I and a couple other runners are going to do a Donkey Kong Country Trilogy 306% race. So 100% in all three SNES Donkey Kong Country games. We'll be doing that in the tournament room. So just a for fun thing. That's the main reason I'm going to be practicing those speedruns for the next few weeks, is by doing this Excalibur II challenge, I got pretty out of practice when it comes to my Donkey speedruns. Like yesterday, I did a 102, and it went pretty poorly, so I'm definitely out of shape for that. Alright, one more trip all the way through. We'll go ahead and save at the start, just for good measure. Just with being at these low levels, I don't know exactly what every enemy can do in here, and it's possible I could run into something that could wipe me. And that would waste all the time if I weren't saving. Just make sure I do not save over that file too. Thanks, Reverb. Now we get more Packers love in chat. That's right. I actually bought this shirt in Green Bay at like the mall down the street from Lambeau Field. GG. So now I've got Steiner in the group. You can see he's holding the Excalibur II there. It's looking pretty Excaliburific. How's the segmented run coming? I know that I could easily level here. I don't know if you missed it, Mint, earlier, but I don't want to gain any levels still. The reason being that you have to have the right equipment on to make sure you get the correct stat boosts. And I don't have all that equipment right now. That is why I saved. So if I gain any levels, then I will not be able to get a perfect file, and that would waste everything. There is another Tetris block, and I'm pretty sure that the Tetris block is during the week, APOC. And there's another task block as well. Nice, Antlion. Do you beat Antlion the same way? Use Sandstorm and hope it sets you to 1 to use Limit Glove? That took me so long. I hated that antlion fight. It was terrible. So with this file, basically the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do most of the stuff that doesn't involve grinding, or I'm not going to go around and get all the other treasures either. But I'll do a little bit of the Chocobo side quest to get a gold Chocobo so I can finish the Mognet side quest and verify that I got all the Mognet letters. I'm going to try to do jump rope, but I don't know if I can. I'm scared of jump rope. What else? I have a big list of stuff I'm going to do. It starts with this. Show off the items. I'm going to beat Hades. I'll try to beat Kuja and Necron at these low levels as well. Basically anything that doesn't involve grinding. I'm willing to learn new abilities, like via the friendly monsters, if that's what it takes. Or get new items if I have to. I guess if I have to grind a little bit of gil, or do some cotton rope tricks or something to get some more gil to buy enough items to be able to beat the bosses, then I'll do that. But yeah, not gonna grind. Yeah, I can't. I'm not super worried about Kuja. I'm gonna try to do the RTA strat where you jump with Freya. To mess up Necron's AI, just because since I eventually want to do an RTA, I'd like to learn it. But I think for Deathguise, I'm going to use the exact same strategy I used for Nova Dragon, because Deathguise is weak to sleep. Vulnerable to sleep. Yeah, it does sound good. I think it took me 64 resets to get it reverb. But anyway, I'll be fighting Deathguise tonight because I actually was wrong. This is not the final Nero family member. This is the final Nero family, this is the final trip I have to take through Memoria. Because once you get to the save point right before Necron, you can actually do a warp to come back. But this, once I get to the Crystal World, that's the final trigger. Then I go back again, then I can use the warp to go between those save points, and then I beat Deathguise, and then after Deathguise is the final Nero family member. So hopefully I can do that tonight. And I'm not just crazy to think that I can use that same strategy. So I'll get Kina, Steiner, Amaranth, and Zidane. Why not Freya? Because I want to try to have, that way I'll have 3 level 1 characters, and I think that's more impressive. If it's even possible. Nice thing about Kina is well, I guess if I'm just using Knight, I won't get the chance to use Limit Glove. Unless you guys know, what is Deathguise weak to? And does he use any elemental abilities? I figured he'd be weak to Bird Killer, so I'll definitely equip that on everyone. Really? Mint is good luck, dude. Mint has helped me get through some pretty difficult stuff. That was pretty unfortunate luck. goat bat things. See, aren't these battles worse than resets? Right? They're slow. I mean, overall, I suppose we're making progress faster, but there's some fun in that. Do it. Seriously, go look up the E2PG Excalibur II perfect game and see if it interests you. I think if you are indeed a completionist, you could be the first South African to ever complete it. That is an impressive claim to fame. And that stinks. Let's hope he uses something that doesn't kill Zidane. Alright, gotta redo that. Could somebody post the link to the guide? That sounds cool, man. I can't promise that I'll watch any streams. I don't usually watch a ton of streams because since I have the 3 kids, I'm pretty limited in my free time. So usually when I have free time to do something, I'm playing games or streaming myself. But I certainly would not. I'll throw you a follow for sure. But I make no promises in attendance. Don't kill Zidane. Really? Is that what we're gonna do? never had a battle in that room. I wonder if you can even do it. This room. I hate this room. So if you do decide to do that challenge, the video guides I most recommend you use are done by Just Incredible. He's linked in the guide itself as NB the Game Master, and his YouTube account is StixFan1983. He has probably the most highly optimized guide out there at its current version of version 10. I think I'm the only other complete version 10 playthrough on YouTube. Although Eco Stantini has half a playthrough for version 10 as well. But Justin's guides are optimal. Mine are kind of more like noob-friendly guides, in that I show that you can get this challenge done without being perfect in every segment. And I take some shortcuts, excuse me, and take time loss that he doesn't take. But definitely be ready for, if you decide to do it, bring your patience and bring your ability to hit these 6 buttons all at the same time. R1, R1, R2, L2, start select, because that's the reset buttons and they become your greatest of friends. Well, it's a shortcut in that it takes less real time. Nice. Counterless is good. It might take a little more game time, but it takes less real time. Yeah, if you played a 10-2 through that many times, this perfect game would be a treat to you. This is exactly where I died last time, so not cleave, not cleave. Don't do it again. Come on, use Might or Helm Divide. Protect. Are you serious? That's so frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. Didn't have distract? Well, that's unfortunate. I need 2 more. There we go. Twice in a row. That really stinks. It's like we're doing resets all over again, only this time I'm trying to get through all of Memoria. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. I put auto haste on Zidane so he gets his turn faster, and I put auto life on Freya, which means that if I get everybody wiped out again, I'll have at least 2 party members survive instead of Well, that works too, instead of just the one, which definitely is going to increase my odds of living. That was an unfortunate battle that happened relatively quickly. Oh, she is, isn't she? I suppose I could have saved again. I'll do that when we get past the time at room again. I'll save in that screen just for safety. I don't like that I've died in the same spot twice. Especially since there's now 2 monsters that can confirm wipe me out in a single hit. Back attack is good. Preemptive, I should say. These 2 battle screens drive me crazy. I also don't have fast disk speed on right now because that might have been a good idea just to make the battles faster. I figured I don't need more time, but anyways. Might have helped real time go faster. On Wednesday, I'm running against Rivers McCown, but there are 4 total other players in my group. There's Frozen Tundra, Sheeran, Rivers McCown, and Feral Pigman are the 4 in my group. The way the FF4 tournament is structured is there are 64 total players who signed up, and there are, I think, 13 groups. The best player from each group will be put into the tournament, and then all the second place players will do a big race for which the top 3 will move on to the tournament, so you'll have a 16-team bracket. So in each pool, each player plays the others, and then you get a final win-loss record or whatever, just like you might expect. And then it's just a single elimination tournament from there on out. So over the course of the next month, if you keep an eye on SRL or Speedruns Live, or just choose to make FF4 one of your favorite games, you'll see tons of Final Fantasy IV Paladin % races. Paladin % is obviously just getting Cecil to mount ordeals, beat Mylanzi, and turn him into a Paladin. I did it today, my first ever run. Since I don't know the game, I signed up just so I'd have an excuse to learn. I did my first run today in 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 3 seconds. So definitely, yeah, follow it on SRL, add FF4 as a favorite game. You'll see a ton of it in the next month. I think the bracket, like the tournament bracket's gonna be in August. Okay, don't do it again, man. Cleave. No helm divide, okay. That's fine. There's some really, really good, like you have probably most of the top FF4 players in the world in this tournament. Like, El Magus isn't in it, but Puexel is in it, Brosentia, Essentia's in it, but that's kind of like second tier. You get to top tier, you've got Nirm, the Roth, No Cash, Kabahi, like really good players. I don't know, what's with that RNG? Why didn't he use Cleave? So like that's how close I was. Twice. Gotta have resets, I guess. Even in the leftovers, I guess you gotta have resets. Brosentia's a really good runner for FF4, don't get me wrong, but he's not Nirm or the Roth. And he hasn't played in a while. That's only why I put him there. I think he would probably agree with that. I mean, he for sure knows the game and would crush me in a jiffy, but... Alright, so I could turn around again now. Oh, look at me mashing through the text. I don't even need to be doing this anymore, but it's just what I do. I could go back to the beginning, but I believe you can use the save point at the end to teleport to the beginning. So I will do that. I like kind of like the minor key prelude they have playing here. Yeah, it's funny, if you watch the video where I get the Excalibur II, the first time I pick it up, I just completely mash through the text where you actually get the Excalibur II, so people can't read it, and it's like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. Should probably reload and do it again. So my save, I saved before picking up the Excalibur II, so I could pick it up anytime I want. Wait, what about the floating continent? I like the stopped floating running dagger there. That was awesome. She was like stuck in running pose midair. That was fantastic. It was really nice of them to put this teleport feature in. Let's see what I want. Interesting. I'll have to listen to it again too. Better reset. That was pretty bad. Oh, it's up there. Bad flying. Needs a reset. What is it, Scoony? I told you I'd be back. We got a Bears fan in chat here, Reverb. What are we gonna do? Alright, now it's one more after this. We just gotta beat Deathguise, which I don't know if I can do it. Oh, he's got his good buddy Cutler. Yeah, note to self. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Alright. Let's finish this. Deathguise, you're next. How could you trust anybody who would do any sort of segmented Final Fantasy IX run? Oh, I can't teleport from here? I can only teleport... Okay, we have to walk back another time. Alright. Let me save then, just to make sure. And I want to get that other party member in there too. Saying wanting to do any sort of FF9 speed anything is a sure sign of madness. Actually, I said I was going to switch. We'll leave Steiner, but then I need Freya and Dagger. I have to unequip the Rebirth Ring anyway. Ooh, a paradoxical statement. Kina is awesome. I love Kina. 4 hours isn't bad, Reverb. That's much quicker than whatever junk we did here. You get to Clara in this, you're still like barely starting the game. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, you're still a little further. You still got a little further to go. This RNG, man. I think you meant 1 to, like 12, not 22. Game Shark for the win. Are you serious? Probably gonna get 2 more encounters on this. I don't like random battles, they're not fun for me. They are really annoying and make me sing off key. Go to Cleave. Yeah! Usually we argue about best Final Fantasy in this stream, but arguing about best NFL player is certainly a new one and a good one. What's up, Drew? Welcome, welcome. That's not a great place for a fight. Awesome, thanks, Disreal. Good luck with FF9, whatever you decide to do with it. That's right, Don Hudson. Dude, I was gonna say that too. Doki won Best Final Fantasy. It's true, it was proven with democracy. The people voted. Or should we say good morning to you, given your South Africanness? Stop. Home Alone NES. I really like the battle system in that game. Not Cleave. It's just punching all the girls in the back of the head. What is this? They do. All of the encounters. Mega Man X2. But a Mega Man X is more nostalgia for me. It really is. I was just sitting there on the Japanese guide the whole time. Oh, really? What'd you think, Sergio? Awesome. X1's the one I grew up with. X2 I think is the better all-around game, both for normal runs and speed runs too, but they're all good. Excuse me. Yeah, you gotta go 100% in X1. Are you kidding? That stinks. So if I'd have taken that battle, I would have leveled up. And as we know, I do not approve of that. You going to bed? Good night. I won't be too long. I hate that last step battles. Yeah, 135. That's a great time for having only played it 4 times. That's really, really good. I mean, I'm a little bit over an hour, and I've played that game dozens of times. I haven't tried speedrunning it that much, but still. I'd like to get under an hour. So many last step battles. I know that wasn't quite last step, but it was close. Oh, interesting. I was introduced to Mega Man with Mega Man, like on NES. That was good stuff. That's why I'll be doing a Mega Man week set of speedruns in a few weeks, or September. See, I haven't played DuckTales, and I've heard that's an excellent game. I mean, maybe I did, like, once, like, as a rental or something, but not such that I really remember it. Which, by all accounts, is a travesty. Dude, back off my MP. Whoa, DuckTales. There's danger out to find. I don't know the words. I considered getting DuckTales remastered on Wii U, but I heard it wasn't as good. I love how Distract still works when you're running away. Let's get our team together. Let's see, what do we want on? That's probably pretty good. Go ahead and get Rebirth Ring. Everyone needs Insomniac. So let's see here. Doesn't need that anymore. Let's go back to the ribbon. Auto Life, Distract, MP Attack, Bird Killer, Accuracy Plus. Nope, we need Insomniac, which we can't get with all that stuff. No, Distract's important, Auto Life's important. Bird Killer, we'll take off. Insomniac. Kina needs Kina can't have auto life and Insomniac. Well, my Knight strategy doesn't work without Insomniac. So we're just not going to use auto life. So we use auto haste like we were doing for... what's his name? Distract, MP attack, bird killer. Distract's not as important. Okay, let's try that. What's up, Pico? We're gonna try this. We're gonna try this Deathguise fight. I kind of want someone to have auto life, though. Let me actually back up a sec. I think... but those other guys... anybody can get them to 12. No, there's not. Let's see if we can do it. I expect resets here. So one critical thing about Deathguise in the perfect game is that he has a set of dual claws that we absolutely need to steal. Which I did not equip Bandit or Master Thief. So I expect to die, but I'll make sure to equip that stuff. What I expected to have happen. Let's see if we can somehow live. That's why distract. Alright. Maybe I should get the reset counter back up for this.